Hey folks, I'm CPC Gamer, and welcome to the stream. And see, this is what happens when I have time enough to sit and look at my countdown screen and remember to unmute my mic, and I don't just go straight to the game screen and start talking. That I said that I mashed go with no planning and foresight, and that's what happens. You forget the microphone. So hi, what's up? How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's having a good Monday. It has been a particularly Monday-ish Monday for me today. Essentially, everything happened at the same time at work, and it required a lot of strategic rejigging of things, and we were able to get to where I needed to be eventually. So, this is good. Now, on Mondays, we play horror games, as we know. And we are playing through Fatal Frame 2, the Wii edition. Check it out. Here we are on the mid-game loading screen. Isn't that nice? And I'm here because I wanted to show you this. If you go to the story mode, you can continue where you left off or restart the chapter you're on. I think that is pretty cool. So presumably you do that if you miss a particular ghost that you wanted and it was right at the start of a chapter. Or maybe you're not doing too hot with items and encounters and that sort of stuff. It's good to have that option. We're not taking it. We are going to continue ahead and keep it going. Oh yeah, we're on the Wii version, so get used to this wavering camera. Also, we changed costumes just to show off the fashions. Now, we are currently looking for a key. Don't worry about lurking, oh whales. As always, I know you're not keen on horror, but I appreciate you being here. So yeah, we are looking for a key. And as soon as I hit stop streaming at the end of the last stream, my brain went, it's over there. And I'm really annoyed about that. Because I would really have preferred to have found it at the time. This is not a VKS, thank you very much, because they have an open back. And the reasoning is that this was one of the outfits that I have. The other outfit I have is this one, but with white leggings. Essentially, it's a palette swap, which is a little cheap, but that's how it goes. And I think the other one I have is a summer school uniform, but it's like a Western school uniform, not Eastern. Very bizarre. Anyways, let's go get that item, because we need it in order to exit the mansion. And in my defense, slash to explain where this came from, I couldn't read. I checked this while I was doing my pre-stream checks, and I read the phrase rope corridor, and even last stream I joked about this. I even joked about it at the time.
I'll try standing here.
That the rope corridor is from Fatal Frame, the first one. Here's a question. Which is my camera button? Is it you? It's you. But yeah, the rope corridor is from Fatal Frame 1. It's the second room that you go into. It's a pretty important room in that game. And I checked it. We actually need to go to the rope chamber, which is up ahead over here. And it's kind of working against me having the fully completed map from a New Game Plus, because what you're supposed to do is just explore the mansion and ultimately find this on your own. which I did. The problem is solved.
We'll always be together, right? We promised.
Yes! That is definitely what has happened, sir.
I can't go any further.
Also, I was considering, like, saving and then coming to get this, like, now instead of at the end of this walk, but I thought, you know what? No. I'm not going to do that. The purpose of this is to show off what the gameplay is like.
Is that...
And the gameplay here is very slowly wander over here to get this key, or the key that is in here, because I'm pretty sure I can get that as well. Can't I? Yes? Yes! I can. Yeah, see? Law. Yae is not coming back. Either she has abandoned her sister, or she has perished in the forest. Still, Sae is a maiden, and she has been purified. Even alone, she should appease the blank for a while. The records note that the ceremony can be performed with just one. That is what we shall have to do. Why did you run, Yae? Why won't you come back? And also, to Empirical Woodland's point, they aged up the look of the characters a little bit. That was specifically part of their redesign, was to make the characters look a little older. Because a lot of creepy outfits in that first game. Anyways, we got the key. Now we can go over there to the cell. Are you okay? Actually, there's a point. Is this a photo opportunity? It is Japan, where they like fashion and creepy outfits. It is Fatal Frame, where I've mentioned before, but all the characters look like pop stars. And this is the game that started that trend. 3 is the one that cements it. 4 is the one that perfects it. And then 5 is just... I should probably check on Mayu. I thought that was a prompt for a photograph. I guess not.
Mayu, what is it? We cannot escape. We must not escape. What are you saying? Come on, let's go. All right? I'm sorry.
Again, if we're talking about baffling design choices, I once again bring up these accents. I don't know why this is what they went for,
We shouldn't have run.
but they did.
If only we hadn't run.
That was some rapid subtitling. Did you see that? I saw that. Oh, that's
Everyone's calling us, Mia.
that's the way that we just tried to go. But obviously the door is locked, so let's go this way. It's kind of an odd thing to me when they include inappropriate slash sexy outfits in horror games, because generally that's not what you're there for. And it can work within certain contexts. Like, I know that Haunting Ground, one of the major themes is voyeurism and exposure, so Fiona is a ridiculously sexy outfit in that game because that's the point. But then you've got Clock Tower 3. I'm not going to finish that sentence because I don't want to talk about Clock Tower 3. It is a silly game. Anyway, you got the keys, so now we can leave. Do you know what? I never actually thought about 80s slasher energy, but you make a good point. That could be what they're going for. To whatever extent, but it is also Japan, and Japan really does like idols, so it could also be that. I think pausing before you open a door like that is a really good way of having no loading screens. It's a little better in, I think, most of the Fatal Frame games that are not this one.
Been here before.
Okay. But yeah, the character will open the door slowly as a loading screen, and if they need to load a lot of things, they just hesitate a little bit. It's pretty clever.
Mio, I'm starting to remember.
Oh, you got me, game. You got me good. I thought that was gonna be the creepy hand coming to grab you. It was not.
The key to this cell is in the old cupboard.
The Twin Maidens. Twin girls are offered as sacrifices during the Crimson Sacrifice Festival. Twin boys are also used on occasion, in which case they are known as the Twin Wardens. It would appear that, according to the local belief systems, twins were all originally one person, split into two at birth. It seems that the Crimson Sacrifice Festival is based on the belief that maidens are one being, separated into two. When they are rejoined together, they are granted the power of a god. An ancient text goes on to note that the elder sister must blank the younger and cast her into the blank. The blank must refer to something too terrible to mention directly, and yet the word sacrifice leaves little to the imagination. I did a little double take at the word terrible right there. Like, is that a spelling error? No. No, it is not. And then that's the key to the basement, and now we can leave. And yes, evidently you can only do this sacrifice with identical twins. Something I had never actually thought of until you had mentioned it. Good point. My jailer remains tight-lipped and has yet to say a single word to me. It's very different to the way I was treated when I first came to the village. Is this the real reason why I was invited here? My cell is well stocked with books at least, including some seemingly important works that I have not seen before. This incarceration will be a good opportunity to deepen my research, even if no one will ever get a chance to read it. The Abyss. No one knows exactly how long it has been here, but it has connected this world to the underworld since ancient times. A great disaster is said to take place whenever it is unsealed. I believe this abyss is in fact the gateway to hell that's mentioned in local legends. It is considered a taboo word in ancient texts, indicated with the symbol blank, and it is said that only the suffering of those sacrificed has the power to seal this abyss. Mourners. These people guard the abyss and make preparations for the ceremony. They are the only ones allowed to approach the abyss. In the year that the ceremony is held, those who are to become mourners have their eyes sewn shut, so they don't have to look into the abyss. Those who break village rules by looking into the abyss are also often... Now, is this a typo, or is this a form of English? I don't know. Those who break village rules by looking into the abyss are also often made become mourners. Got you there, game. When the ceremony is over, the mourners are sent to live underground, never returning to the surface. What could the abyss possibly contain that the villagers would go to such lengths to guard it? I thought that was text. It's just a crack on the wall. Don't mind me.
Come on, quickly. We have to go. Mayu! It's no good. It won't open. What are we going to do? There must be a key somewhere. I'm going to look for it. I won't be long. Don't go! Stay here with me. It's okay. I'll be back. But you promised me. Don't leave me. Please, Mio.
What is that seam in the middle of Mayu's hair? I don't know.
Don't let go. Please. Hurry up, slow coach. You don't want me to leave you here, do you? Mio! Wait for me! Come on, Mayu! Hurry up! Wait! Mio! Please! Don't leave me!
Is this anything relating to that screaming I heard? I don't know. You're a dumb kid.
Mayu. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't go.
Criddle, hello. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you.
I don't care. Stay with me. Here. Forever. Mayu! Don't leave me. Please. Don't leave me. I won't be long. I swear. I won't be long. I'll be back before you know it.
So, my elder sister means to abandon me once more.
That is a very specifically phrased line of dialogue to get around a translation issue. That's pretty clever, game. Very well done. So previously, in Japanese, the characters would use on 8chan to refer to which one is the older. but they don't do that in English. So now they specifically say, "Hey, you're the older
I have
one."
to find the key.
Before we go, there's something we do over here. If you do a bit of that, that just adds to the ghost capture list. Even though she's not a ghost.
Don't go. Stay here with me.
Don't go! You're going to leave me behind. You're going to betray me again.
She's probably going to be fine. Don't even worry about it. Criddle says it's time for food. Let's talk about that. That is also absolutely fine, just like what is happening now. Oh, what are we having for food? Don't know if anyone's seen the movie The Ring. I really hate this faffy wounded run. You're fine. Don't worry about it. It's just a ghost. We fought at least several of these before now. It's fine. This is not fine. That was a good close-up shot. Well done. Completely accidental. Because I just happened to randomly fire at that point. Just ignore that. And let's leave. I like the idea that the keys in this village are mostly card keys. I don't know when this technology was invented, but I don't know if it was feudal Japan, which is presumably when this village was built, but hey, I'm glad that we have it. I'm just gonna save. I know I just did that, but also I'm a serial saver. Don't you mind me. Also, speaking of outfits, Mr. Empirical Woodland, the ending that we're going for will get some new outfits, and that's why I chose it. So, get hyped for that. I know I am. Also, Empirical Woodland asks, what's the ring? It's a book, and a couple of movies, and a really weird Dreamcast game where you go into cyberspace and shoot bullets at influenza. Am I making any of that up? No, I'm not. Also, hell yeah, new outfit. I've unlocked it. I thought I'd show this one off. But like this, these are one of the things you can get. Is it now when the ghost appears up there? Did I already get you? I'll take that as now. That's about the best I can do with these motion controls. Since we mentioned it in the last stream, I've been trying to think of games that are improved by adding motion controls. Can't really do that. I could think of games that are worse with motion controls, that being most of them. Specifically, Taiko Drum Master. The new ones have motion control options. Doesn't work. One of the joys of that game is hitting a big old drum and it goes boom. And doesn't really work if you just swinging the Joy-Cons in the air. Also, we're talking about casserole in chat. I could go for casserole. Look at that blur. Lovely. That's me when I take photographs. It does focus, just on the wrong thing. Game, are you okay? I can't take a picture of her. I already did that. Ooh. But she has dropped a thing. Let's go pick it up. How could you escape alone, Yae? What happened to Itsuki? It's our fault. We promised that we would always be together, says Sae. I still think that's a pretty good story device, that each twin writes on one side of the diary, but one of them is missing.
Yeah, over here.
Okay, Ron Weasley, what do you got? A key to the cell. I am certain it is kept in the Osaka house. To descend to the passageway under the house, you must unlock the pinwheel device. Examine the altar. There is a kind of mechanism inside it. To unlock the pinwheel device, you must line up 4 wings of the same color. Do that, and the hidden door to the underground passageways will open.
Don't give up. You can make it out of here.
We knew that, didn't we? I thought we knew that. Can I take a picture of you? Ooh, I can. The viewfinder says I should take a picture of you. Well, I see a show and tell redemption in the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to that household that we just were now told to go to. And I'm going to try and remember how to speak English. And then I'm going to show something and tell about it. How's that? Here was me worried that it wouldn't be a very good channel point redemption. That's film, right? I don't need that. I have enough film. Okay, so now we're in the Osaka house. And as soon as we arrive, we're going to pause. Is that the button? Do you know what? We'll count that as the button. And let's go over here to show and tell, because Criddle has asked me to do that. Here we go. Okay, So today's show and tell item is this one. I was about to select the little penguin with a camera down here. That's not show and tell. This is. Look. This is a cat that came into the store on the hottest day of the year this year. And we were like, do we turf out this cat? Probably not, because it's incredibly hot outside and we're air conditioned. So just let it chill out. And she just kind of stuck around for a bit. And then decided, yeah, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of being fussed. I'm just gonna leave. Because that's what cats do. Whatever they want. Hey, we could have given that cat a job of some description. We could have sent her out back to look at the mice. Maybe, because there's a coffee shop near to us, and there's mice love their bins. But look at this sweet baby. How could we do that to such a creature? We let her chill out, mostly undisturbed, until it was time to go. So that's what happened. And it was a pretty surreal day. I quite enjoyed it. And that is today's show and tell. Thank you very much, Criddle, for redeeming that. I still don't have a good ending for show and tell. Someone in chat comments, look at them toe beans. Yes. Look at them. I didn't want to... So, my cat... Okay. Ember does not like it when you mess with the toe beans. Car Wash did. And if you tickle, particularly between her toe beans, she just flex her toes and purr super loud. I don't know which one this cat is. And I didn't want to find out. I just figured, you know, she's chill. She's resting. Let's go. And now back to the game. So we can go, I love your awkward endings, says Criddle. So, yeah. Also, I found which one was the pause menu and not the map menu. Look at that. Get back to the game. So, what are we doing here? We are looking for the pinwheel. That's what we're doing, and then we have to solve that puzzle and go underground to get a key of some description. Car Wash is a fantastic name for a cat. I thought so. And Mum denied. She said, I'm not standing out on the street shouting Car Wash. We're going to name her Duchess after the Aristocats. But I knew. And I know what my cat is called. Oh. Hello. That's a really effective use of that. I've mentioned before, but it is absolutely true. I love nouns as names. Matt McMuscles, content creator, says that he wanted to name... I think it was his cat. He wanted to name his pet Baseball. And he got kind of angry when he was told that that's not a good name for a pet. But I think that's a pretty good name for a pet, like I say. It's pretty cool. Amongst the line of Guardian Stones, one is, for some reason, engraved with a set of twins. I have found the description of this twin Guardian Stone in one of the manuscripts in this... I had a look into the village's dried-up well, but it was pitch black, and I couldn't see a thing, and the only sound coming from it was the wind. The water in the well seems to have dried up long ago. Neither this house nor the well have. The local shrine is located at the end of a long stairway, and is permanently shrouded in mist. Though it appears to be very old, it was clearly well built, and shows no visible damage. A large butterfly marks its. I sought out this high vantage point in order to take a better look at the torii gates I had seen on my way into the village. No matter how hard I. Is is this when we do this now? Okay, well. Time for a side quest, everybody. Alright, it's just you. I got a picture of you. Everything is fine. I did look into getting a bird, and I was going to name that bird Concrete. But then the landlord was like, absolutely no pets, thank you most very much. And I know I said that with the last tenant, and they had pets anyway. But, like, I absolutely mean it with you. No pets. And I was very sad. Well, I have deleted my notes because I thought that I had missed it in this game. I forgot they put it here, so let's go do this little side quest. This is a little something you can do to get some extra ghosts in the ghost list. And... wait, does it get ghosts in this one? I don't think it does. In the original version, you get ghosts in the ghost list. This one, I guess, is just notes. Neither this house nor the well have been used for a very long time. According to the records, this house belonged to the influential Tsuchihara family. The Kiryu, Tachibana, and Osaka families also seem to have been quite powerful, and each of the four families had their own unique crest. All four families were involved in governing the village, and the records state that they were also responsible for performing an important local ceremony. Yes, good plan, start lurking again, ghosts are about to start coming on screen. All four families, however, were simply branches of the great Kurosawa family that traditionally provided the high priest who presided over the ceremonies. The Kurosawa name appears in several historical documents, but I have yet to find a clear explanation of their relationship with the other families. There is no doubt, however, that the Kurosawa family held absolute power in the village. The real question, however, is where have all the villagers gone? As for how I'm going to get out of here, the answer can only be in one place: the Kurosawa house. Oh, that's how they're doing it this time around. Okay, cool. This is how we get more plot. This is how we get the ghost. Presumably, this is going to be how we get the optional fight in Osaka House. Where else do we need to go? The gate up here, that was one of them. I suppose it makes sense that they would kind of rearrange all of this stuff right now, as opposed to making it a side quest at the start of the game that continues throughout, like in the original version, because here, the ending you get depends on how you do in one of the boss fights, and whether you perform a certain set of actions to change that boss fight. In the original version, there was just the good ending and the bad ending, and the good ending could be enhanced just a little bit by doing this. Can I pick that up? Where is it? There it is. Yes, I can. No matter how hard I look, however, I can't spot the ruined torii. They must have been swallowed by the thick forest vegetation that surrounds this place. The path on which Miyako and I came in here is nowhere to be seen. This plateau is called Misono, and the texts I've read indicate that it has a special significance in the local ceremony. At the center of the plateau is a large rock known as the Offering Stone. Several smaller rocks surround it, forming a barrier. The Offering Stone is apparently used to seal a hole in the ground. What kind of hole would require such an enormous stone in order to seal it? Why does it require sealing in the first place? There's only one There's only one thing that hole would be. A way out of this village. I must investigate further. I like how he's just standing there. He's not even doing like a comical, inquisitive, look. That anime thing where he puts his middle finger to his glasses and they go all shiny. He could be doing that. Where are the other two? I think I remember. Also, is this thing now? No, it's not. That's later. The Genji ping, I don't know of it as a Genji ping. I just know of it as the anime glasses thing. When one of my friends' sons... Oh, hi. Oh, that's cool. We know who that is. We've seen her. But not in this version of the game. When one of my friends' son got glasses, that's how we consoled him. It was like, let me show you this cool anime thing you can do. And he was all about that. And we didn't teach him about seeing through the fog. Not yet. We'll get there. I think this is the place with a scripted encounter. No, it isn't. That's pretty depressing. I thought it was like, hey, there's something odd about this rock. Take your camera out, and you do. And then the game just goes, ah ha ha, surprise attack. Because I keep falling for it. Or at least I seem to recall falling for it. It's been a minute. Huh. That's changed from the original game. Because in that one, all of the statues had twins on them. Amongst the line of Guardian Stones, one is for some reason engraved with a set of twins. I have found a description of this twin Guardian Stone in one of the manuscripts in this house. Twins are very important in the local customs of this area. Indeed, a ceremony that requires the participation of twin brothers or sisters is regularly held. It would appear that a Guardian Stone is erected somewhere in the village every time this ceremony is completed. The ceremony seems to take place once every few decades, and must therefore be a very ancient custom, judging by the number of twin Guardian Stones in the village. On all the Guardian Stones I've seen, one of the engraved twins is missing a head. Some appear to have been made that way originally. I'm sure there's no special reason for it, but it is rather eerie, I must admit. I'm beginning to wish I hadn't left Miyako alone. I wonder what this ceremony that uses twins is all about. I've tried searching for details of it in all sorts of local manuscripts, but I found nothing. Now I think I'd better start looking for a way out of here. Hi. It was pretty creepy that I got to see your face for that one. let's go take a look at the last one, which is up here. And then I believe we can get back to the plot, as opposed to just wandering around doing the side questy bits. Ghost? Ghost? Having said that, I am due to be attacked. I'm sure of it. Maybe not because I'm doing this plot thing, but I won't know. A large butterfly marks its entrance. The same butterfly that adorns the house situated across the big bridge. Butterflies appear to have the same kind of special significance as twins in this village. They are often referred to in books relating to the unique ceremony that takes place here. What is clipping through my... Is that something clipping through my character's back? What is that? We'll have to look at that. The butterfly appears to be some kind of code, symbolizing something else, but I have no idea what it could be. Judging from the texts I have read, however, there's no doubt it has something to do with the ceremony. The large butterfly that marks the entrance to this shrine certainly has some special significance. It is up to me to investigate and find out what it is. Oh, it was like the arrows of the paper. Good going, Andy. I wonder how many days it's been since I came to this village. Probably no more than 2 or 3, but it feels like several years. This village's perpetual night makes it nigh on impossible to keep track of time. Miyako is completely exhausted, and though she sometimes tries to smile, it's obvious that she's in pain. She must be pushing her limits, both physically and emotionally. I still haven't found a way out of the village, but I found some documents that may finally provide us with a clue, if I could just get them cleaned up. Click, hello, it's going alright. We're side questing right about now. There is said to be a large cavern known as the Deep Path running under the village and connecting various locations within it. This cavern is used to access houses in the village during the ceremony, and has long been used as a place to store important and valuable things. Right is also here! From you and Kelly and Smallbab. Hello! Please do come in. It's good to have everybody here. The documents I read do not mention the scale of this cavern, but it could well contain a way out of the village. I haven't yet been able to find anything that mentions where the entrance to this deep path might be, but I feel confident that there are clues to be found in the Kurosawa house. They are the ones who have the most to do with the ceremony, after all. I decided to leave Miyako here and investigate the Kurosawa house by myself. Once I found a way out of the village, I'll come back for her, and we can leave this place together. We know how well that went, plot-wise. Didn't go so great. Things tend not to go well for people in the Fatal Frame series. It's kind of a staple. Also, heck yeah! Champion Raichaku? I love her. I hope that made the entire cameo replay in your head. I'm pretty sure that we can now go to Kurosawa House and find that extra ghost in the closet. Or I may have missed my chance. Either way, we know that it's there. And I'm going to go back to Osaka House, and I'm going to do the plot that I came here to do. And then see where we go from there. Gosh, it feels like I've been here before. Okay, is this game the one that has the little ghost down there? Evidently not. Seriously, I don't know which version of Fatal Frame I'm thinking of that has a ghost in that closet. Because this map certainly doesn't show up in any other games. That would be ridiculous. Knowing pause. Anyway, hi. You still there? Where is that ghost sound coming from? There is at some point a ghost that appears down here. I forget if I caught it. I forget if it's in this version of the game. It's one of the problems with like playing multiple special editions of a game. It's what you get. Well, I guess it's time to leave. Because she seems to want to ignore me. And so I'm going to ignore her. Live and let live. Everything is fine. Unless we need to raise the event flag of finding the hidden doodad. I thought that was in this room. Gosh, this minimap's complicated sometimes. Any thoughts on a click command? He plays a lot of horror games, even though he doesn't like horror games. I know he's currently going through the Mass Effects. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take some Type 0 film. In Japan, this series is known as Zero. This is what I think I've mentioned it before. It's one of the few examples where I think that the localized name is better than. That's the wrong spelling of draft. Isn't it? Like, draft in relation to the wind? Isn't that D-R-A-F-T? I don't know. So these puzzles are something you've seen before if you've seen the original Fatal Frame 2 run that I did. Either of them, in fact. We have to turn these guys and get the pinwheel in the center so that all of the colors match. Just like Itsuki told us in the storehouse there. Thankfully, I do believe all of the puzzles have the same solution. So the notes that I've got still work. See, draft spelled like that is to do with drinks. Like alcoholic drinks, to me. But then I do also get mixed up sometimes.
Connected to somewhere?
Oh man, look at all these honey pots. I don't like them. Come to think of it, we haven't found any points for a while, have we? That was pretty sneaky, game. Get me looking left and then just come at me from the right. You'll 1-2 ghost punch. Not a fan. It is that spelling of draft for the wind. Okay, well, I can't spell that word, apparently. Anything down here? So, this is something that I noticed last time I played the game. We actually go down that pathway later on in the game, and we look back into this room. And I only noticed that the last time I played the game. For you guys. Isn't that nice? That also makes sense then why they're going through that rock formation and down the tunnel. How about that? Storytelling that makes sense on subsequent playthroughs. I love that! This I don't love. Once again, you have done this to yourself. This guy is uncomfortably close. I'm not a fan. Pardon me a moment. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is the same in the first game, but I like that the camera obscura is an inventory item, and specifically marked as having one of them. And that one is green, that being the maximum number of camera obscuras we can possess in this game. Anyway, back to this very serious moment. They changed the timing on that since the last game. Can I just leave? leave? I'm not going to. I wonder if the game will allow me to just leave. No, it won't, because this guy's holding a key. That's right. Literally the reason we came down here. Get a key, save your sister. Yeah, see, there it is. No, I don't want the passage. I want the key. Give. Thank you very much. Do you know what? I could have just taken that damage and gotten the mirror stone that is also in this very same room that I'm currently in. Well, we live and learn. And now we go and rescue our sister.
I'd better get to Mayu quickly.
I was going to say, what are you pausing for, game? What are you loading? What are you loading? That's what you're loading. Hi! So, legitimately, this is a very real fear of mine. I don't like closed doors. For that reason. Stuff hides behind closed doors, and I don't like it. And if the door is open, at the very least, I can just turn and see the thing, instead of suddenly lurching at me from behind a door. Quick turn while using the camera would be a wonderful addition, but they don't have it. Can't do it. It was loading another playthrough of the game. Possibly. This would be technically the third such one I have put up on the internet. The first one was in like the Let's Play days, and then I streamed one, and now I'm streaming another. For a game I rank towards the bottom of the Fatal Frame hierarchy, I've played this one the most, apparently. Or at least I've replayed one the most. So, hey, let's go with that. Can I do that thing now? Guess not. Let's go back to Kurosawa House. What is on the docket for games coming up for me? I'm looking at a PS1 RPG. I'm looking at Haunting Ground after this one, because it's one of those that I've got, and I know a bit about it, but I've never actually played it. And on the suggestion of Criddle, I'm going to save now. On the suggestion of Criddle, games I haven't played before could be interesting, so like, I'm learning the system alongside everyone else. Persona 1, the most not released in England of the series, I think. Was it? I don't know. The only time I like got into Persona, the first one, was 3 Festival. And I've made my thoughts on that known. It's because of the battle theme. That's why everyone likes that one the most compared to the others. Alright, came out for the PSP apparently. I don't have one of that one. And I kinda had a good day, but not in the way you might think. So, I get to work, and my shift starts at 6 in the morning, because I help to pull in the delivery, and then we get it all processed and ready to go out on the shop floor from 8. And the driver gives us a call. I'm not doing you guys on this bridge. I'm going to get away from that. 7 o'clock, the driver gives us a call going, yeah, I've been sat at the gate for like an hour and it's not opening. Where go? What do? And so I made the executive decision that we were just going to have to pull it in through the front door, not the back. So effectively, it took twice as long. And it's fine, we got it all done. But I'm like, gosh, I sure hope nothing else goes wrong today. Oh, I can't just go in through the front door again? Oh, that's right, because it's sealed with all the bloody handprints. I remember. And then the auditor showed up. And then a whole bunch of contractors showed up. And then a whole bunch of customers kicked off. And then apparently somebody had placed a Greg's order to the store. And that arrived in front of the auditor. So, like, what a day, what a day. That only got one of them. That was not a very good shot. These are all very good guesses in chat, by the way. None of them are correct. Retail horror story. These ghosts want to speak to the manager. Ah! That wasn't the button I wanted to push. That was the one I wanted to push. No, the auditor had not ordered Greg's. I don't know who it was, because I didn't get any. It was not ordered for me. No incredible sausage rolls for Andy this day. That's what you guys get. Stop messing around. I've heard good things about that festive bake. I want one. I should probably go get one. Not right now. Actually, speaking of what I want to play next, prepare the command. Empirical Woodland. Is Star Tropics on Switch? Is that part of NES Classic?
Yay. You finally came.
Splendid. Okay, so here is a neat little touch compared to the original version of this game. This door is open. When we came here before, we used the key to unlock the door, but the room was empty. In this version, the door's open. She's just gone on her own. And something they have changed in this version of the game over the original one is if you look over here, I thought they changed that to English. Oh, no, they haven't. They just translate it into English for you. There you go. Escape and are you leaving me again are written here. And that's what it's supposed to read, and that's how you're supposed to translate it in the first game. But as mentioned before, it can be translated in a number of ways because Mata Oite Kuno is like very contextual. But "are you leaving me again" seems to be like the arc phrase for this game, so it keeps showing up. I'm so sorry, Itsuki. I have to find you to apologize to you and to Chitose. Okay, cutscene. I was not expecting that. I was
Now the two of you must escape.
gonna go head back to see if I can find that ghost in the cupboard.
Dad, wait! Don't leave me behind! Saya! You must hurry!
Is there no sign of her?
Looks like she abandoned it.
We have precious little time. We must find her. And fast.
Thank you, men of the wall.
I know she will.
Do you know what? I think I've looked at Rhapsody. Or someone has suggested that I play it. It's not any of the ones that people have suggested. We're playing this game right now. Look, it's creepy, spooky ghosts. It's cutting corners on this pathway. It is non-subtitled ramblings from our sister. Just like in the real life. Do you know, I suppose it makes sense that they would point you at that door, because that is the next door that we have to go to, I believe. And the last time I played this game, by which I mean when I streamed the original version of this game for you guys, I'm like, we can't go in here now, do we? That's not right at all. But it was. So, good job, game. Good shout on taking control of the camera and just pointing me directly where I need to go. Most games would settle for shining a big old light on it, but I guess we can do it that way. Also, I'm not entirely sure I need to go this way now. This is just me trying something out, so. Be prepared for tactical advance. By which I mean bravely running away. I'd like to play Breath of Fire 3. But it's... But like, getting it. That's the problem. Oh, we can come back here and get that. Okay. Cool. The blood-stained ring. Oh, is that where we get that? Okay, cool. Check out parts of the camera that I never use. Apparently we have a health restore. So this is an element of the game that they introduced in, I want to say 4, but it's been a hot minute since I played 3, so it could be in that one. But rather than letting you equip 3 powers, you can equip 1 each of 3 categories of power: red, green, and blue. And essentially this is just to stop people coming up with super broken combos for special powers. So like that one when it said, oh, you got the green power restore, that goes in the green slot. If you take a look down there, I'm using 0, which is in the red slot. And I think it's coded that red is attack, green is healing, and blue is support. I don't know. I only ever use the crush lens. It is the best one. It is to the point that you can defeat the final boss in Fatal Frame 3 with a single picture, if you use the crush lens and it is timed correctly. Which I suppose rather defeats the purpose of it being a horror game, giving the player a feeling of power, but you have to unlock it in that game. You have to go hard to unlock the crush lens. And I did. And I did it specifically so that I could use it while doing a Let's Play of it, which I then never recorded. Go figure. Right, eyes on that lantern. It's gonna go out. It's... That's bait. This is bait. Surely. Yes? Okay, touch. There it is. No, it's just points. Alright then, there we go. Good job putting me on edge there, game. You did it. A very good joke that a friend of mine did a while ago that has stuck with me ever since. Points mean prizes. Not you, Hufflepuff. And like, yeah. This was before the unpleasantness. Actually, about the same time that it happened, and that's why we stopped playing that game. I think that now is the point when I should go to Osaka House and see if that boss shows up. Because I got the item that makes it show up. Smash TV, the best Binding of Isaac tribute game. I refuse to believe the game allowed me to capture that, but I will take it. I'm going to ignore that stage direction, and I'm going to go over here. No, I'm not. Wow, they really did not want the player to miss out on going through this door, did they? You will go and do the plot, dear player. Get on that. I wonder how much of that is coming through on the headphones. Some kind of mechanical grinding going on in that room. I don't like it. No, sir? I don't like it. You're watching the FA... What was it drawing? Was it a house? Ha ha ha. I knew there'd be something in here. Small statues that appear to be guardian stones are dotted around the village. Unlike those I've seen in other areas, however, these do not display a male and female god. Instead, they are engraved as what appear to be twin shrine maidens. According to local children, these twin maidens are worshipped as gods in the village. In an old text I found in this house, these maidens are mentioned in the same section as the Crimson Sacrifice. Could this Crimson Sacrifice be in some way related to the hidden ceremony that is held in the village? Alright, let's try that joke again, but now that I have a little more time to form it with a bit more information. You mean to tell me the FA Cup drew that football? There you go. I hope it was worth it. I can just tell the Criddle is somewhere willing to come in and yell at me. Well, let's go back to the storehouse. Everything will be fine. Hi! It's our friend! I remembered a slightly better version of you from the first game. Now, I mentioned that when the ghosts go into desperation mode, this one has one of the best alternate attacks. Are we going to see this now? I don't know. Let's find out. We might just. It's one of those things where I kind of want to... Okay. But, hi! That's great! And terrifying, but also great. I love that. Just casually leaning into frame. That's great. I'm not scared at all. This is fantastic. Anyway, down she goes. I'm gonna go away now.
By heaven and earth. If heaven is the walkway, then the earth must be underground.
Well, I hope that things do not get too heated, because it's just football. The Kiryu house and the Tachibana house are connected by special passageways and are known as the twin houses. It is said that the two houses were linked so that the twin maidens could stay there before the ceremony and undergo purification. The maidens are not allowed to go outside while purification is taking place, but they are allowed to travel between the two houses using the two passageways, heaven and earth. The Maidens leave the Tachibana house using the Heaven walkway on the second floor, and leave the Kiryu using the underground Earth walkway. The Earth walkway is also connected to the Deep Path. This Deep Path refers to a large cave system underneath the village, and it is said that at its deepest point is something no human eye should ever witness. Only selected priests and mourners are allowed to enter this part of the Deep Path, which leads me to believe that it contains the gateway to Hell. Perhaps this hidden ceremony is held underground. Oh, Empirical Woods, thank you very much for the clip. I do like clips and quotes. Go berserk with those guys. Right, this is... where is it? Okay, so here's a translation oddity. On this one, it mentions taking the second floor, which would be the American way of doing it. In English, this is the first floor. But they also use English words for things. Like, we have mentioned using a torch, not a flashlight, for example. And also, we have these adorable English accents, so... I don't know. What are we doing there, game? Click? That reads very much like a drawful prompt. Not gonna lie, I tried doing that in drawful. It wouldn't go well. Nothing ever does in that game. That's kind of the point. Well, what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna save. And we're gonna go see if we can get that boss fight. Because... I was kind of bummed that I couldn't show it off. But now that I've done all the bits to unlock it, maybe I can show it off. Again, I already showed it off in the first one. Let's show it off this time when they've got, like, super moves and desperation attacks. That's... something baffling that the Fatal Frame series does. It's very video gamey. I think 5 is the worst one for it. Because that has a big, glowy combo counter. But when they sort of introduce the idea of desperation attacks and special moves that you can do, and then they pop up on the screen, it somewhat takes you out of it. Just a little. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is something we could have gotten a picture of beforehand, like way early on at the start of the game. Just what could that have been? That's a great prompt. I love that. We could have gotten a picture of that at the start of the game by peeking through this door, but I missed the prompt, so we didn't. Please allow me to heal up, and let's try again. The writing is a real mess, however, and it's very difficult to read. Got to get back. Got something to give her. So, yeah, this is the fight against the surveyor and his partner. Both at the same time. Just like we did in the first game. They kind of like to do a pincer attack. It makes it real tricky to get a good eye on them. Especially when they lunge at you from off camera like that. I'm going this way. This is fine. And then the room is awkward because you got this big coal fire in the middle of it that you can't get around. I'll take 2 evasions in one fight, though. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. This is less good. And I don't go that way, don't go that way. Now I'm stuck in a corner. Hi? How escape? Oh, that's how. That just killed me outright. That smashing noise, they just... That would have killed me otherwise. If I didn't have the mirror item. I need to go back underground and get that other one that I found. Thank goodness I know that's where it is. Did I get that guy? I think I got that guy. I only see 1 ping on the radar. That's fine. And it's this one. She was so happy to see me there. Look at that. Okay, where? I get the feeling that's just gonna kill me outright again. Look at that. Well, now I definitely have to go and do that. Out of spite. And since we're here... Just for you, Mr. Empirical Woodlands, let's go to this one over here. How's that? And... there you go. Is that a more preferable outfit for this spooky ghost game? Thank you for the shuriken in the eye. That's kind of what that feels like. Like, golly, that could have gone better. I don't even know what you get for doing it in this game. Let's go find out. Let's make a vow that we don't waste any time when we get into that fight, and we just come out swinging pretty hard with the Type 90 film. Do I want to use Type 0? No. Will I? Maybe. I got no problems in using the super powerful items mid-game. Right, just what could that have been? And then we get you over here. And then we get one of those. Someone's behind me. These headphones are great for this, by the way. A lot of directional noise. And it's like, yep, there is definitely a ghost behind you. You should listen to that. I mean, the other costume I feel is a lot more... That was a bit rude. The other costume I feel is a bit more, hey, fashion! And this one's like, I don't know, less, hey, fashion. But... Look at those guys raising the roof over there. Waited too long. That was a bad idea. Public enemy out here. Oh yeah, they were up and down. Who was side to side? And neither of them got it right. Also, I don't know that I would strictly say that Public Enemy had the monopoly on roof raising. Well, this was a bad idea. Now they're both mad at me. I'm sorry, since the hell when? How long have I been able to come out here? Don't say the entire time you've been playing this game, because I thought that was just a invisible barrier over there and I couldn't take it. But no. Here I've been doing this difficult fight in this room this whole time, when I could just go out into the garden. That's fine. Alright, alright. I don't know why it allowed me to get up after that one. I thought it just comboed straight into the instant kill, but that's fine. That one's me dying. Once again, I'm gonna have to go back down and get that mirror stone if I survive this. I'm starting to think I may not. Better give me something good for this. Okay. One down. And I don't even care that I didn't do that in a very flashy way. Oh. Okay. I don't know that I've ever had that. Have I? Let's find out. Yes, I have. Because it's this one. And it's fully upgraded and equipped. Well, there you go. That's what's in here. That's what you get for doing the Bloodstained Ring side quest in this game. It's not... It's not a special part of the ending. It's a stupid, difficult boss fight and a camera part that I'm not going to use. Pardon me a moment while I take a brief diversion to go get another safety net. And I lament the fact that I am live and I can't just edit this out with probably some hilariously bad editing. Not gonna lie, intentionally bad editing is one of the funniest things in the world. A friend of mine did a pitch for his Kickstarter, which was him in front of a green screen in his kitchen. And every shot was him turning to the left and going, "Oh, hi, didn't know you were there." And every background was increasingly more and more inappropriate and ridiculous. Telling you, bad editing. Love it. Hopefully she's not going to keep hiding behind these doors now that we beat that ghost. Although I would not put it past the game to try. Okay, right. We were talking about costumes, and this one is... We don't know if this is more or less inappropriate than the cool knitted sweater one. Do you know what's the most inappropriate costume? Is the octopus from Rule of Rose. It turns your character into an octopus. Just standing upright on 2 tentacles and flopping the other 6 around. It's... I don't know why it's there. And this goes back to... What's going on with your bizarre costume choices in the horror game? No, we haven't helped her out. You tell me what I'm doing. Saye's gone? I feel like I need to that. She might have been headed for our house, but the Tachibana house is sealed off when the ceremony approaches to keep it pure. You should be able to go in through the Kiryu house, though. Use the earth walkway that connects the twin houses. This accent's going on a walk. I hope nobody... The Kiryu's house has been cut off ever since the father and daughter died. The key is being kept at the priest at Kureha Shrine. Take the road behind Kiryu house that leads there. Everyone's preparing for the ceremony, so there shouldn't be anyone around.
You've got to run away, Yae. Both of you. That ceremony can't be allowed to happen.
So I mentioned this in the last stream of this, but Kureha is the name of the shrine in the village. It's the place we're going to go now. It is also the name of a character in this game, and she was added specifically for this version of this game. Originally, she was designed to fulfill the role of Itsuki, the boy in the storehouse there. But they took her out because she's far too fabulous. That is what that ghost was doing. Fatal Frame. Thanks. But they kept her design like on file, and they used the same design for this game and a version of it for a character who I believe is called Shirogane? A character we'll see in Fatal Frame 5. That was a bit of overkill, but I don't mind. I'm generating spirit energy by fighting these guys, so I might as well use it to do my special moves. Why else have special moves? Alright, anyway. Now let's go back to the shrine and do that thing we were just told to do. Pretty sure we were told to come up here right about now. That's why I'm talking about Kureha. I don't like the way some of this mist works sometimes. When it looks like suddenly there's a ghost behind me? No, thank you very much. I'm gonna go for this one first. I feel like that other one's gonna start a fight. Where would I be without those points? Let me tell you. I know I'd have a lot less Type 90 film to just throw around. Hi? Was that you? It was you. Empirical Woodland has redeemed a compliment. That's new. Redeeming a compliment is not new. Getting attacked by this guy out of the blue is new. But apparently we're not doing that. Okay. Your compliment is that you appreciate good fashion. How's that? And you also have a lot of really good ideas. Are we just gonna ignore that ghost that showed up out of nowhere to fight me? Okay. Again, this goes back to Dead Space, and that one guy crawling out the vent, which they do once in one game and never again, and that's why it's the perfect time. Actually, this part right here is something that I have made specific points to talk about in my notes over here, because in the original version of this game, this part was a ceiling ghost. Like, we had to go and take a picture of, I want to say, the well. Whereas in this one, it's just, actually, there is a key. Go and collect the key. Which I suppose makes a lot more sense. I know it's the Ghost game, but not everything has to be Ghost's game. So this portion of the game has been pretty substantially reworked from the original, and I think they do pretty well with it. The drapes hanging from the ceiling block my view. Do we go through? I guess we have no choice. Now, dear viewers, what is the game doing right about now? Do you know? Well, first of all, it's giving us some herbal medicine, which is fantastic. Need some of that. Oh, like some herbal tablets. I could go for some of that. But what the game is also doing is it is taking control of the cameras so that, oh, hi! There's some ghosts down there waiting for me to take a look at them. And I can't easily take a picture of it because it requires aiming the Wii remote down, which for some reason it doesn't like doing. Pretty sure I've already got those two though. And this goes to the point I made before in... This goes to the point I made prior, where it is possible to get both of those ghosts in one picture, but the game doesn't tell you that you've done that. So it's not necessarily a case of play the game twice, get one each. I want to say they come down this corridor as well. Or at least they do in the original. Is there a save point over there? That's a useful thing for them to have included. Telling you, man, aiming the camera downwards in this game doesn't go super great. This is one of the reasons why 5 includes the option to turn gyro controls off. And if you're smart, that's going to be literally the first thing you do before even starting the game. Did they change that? Oh, they did change that round. Okay. So, we're fighting 2 ghosts at once. Or rather, 1 ghost and 1 robot. The gag being, you can only hurt one of them. And the other one just gets blasted back like that. In the original, you could tell which was which because the real ghost would keep its hands down as it attacked you, and the fake one would raise them. This one, well, I guess I don't know. Well, you just raised your hands as well, but didn't previously. Gosh, this game is messing with my expectations. Isn't that fantastic? Right. That was a perfectly reasonable response to that ghost. And I won't hear anything else, chat. I was fine. Okay. I'm gonna keep going through this house. How's that? I actually got one. Or two. I strangled Azami with my own hands. Her neck, it was so soft, so warm. I squeezed it so gently, but I wasn't strong enough. Azami was in pain. A priest tried to help me, but Azami wanted it to be me. Azami and I have become one, but Azami is gone. I can't talk to her anymore. Father has brought Azami back. I apologized to her, and she forgave me. I will never make her suffer again. I will not let anyone make her suffer. Father says that Azami is evil and must be killed. He is trying to kill her. I will never let him hurt her. I'm going to see what this is, and then I'm going to talk about that note. So that's a pretty good use of character voice, I think. Like, generally you can tell that that note was written by someone a lot younger than the surveyor, for example, or the folklorist, because there was a lot of very short, simple sentences. Not a lot of compound words and connecting words. Pretty clever, because, like, because establishing character voice is a pretty tricky thing to do if you're just writing something on your own. Instead of every character sounding the same, or just like you. No, they're not going to do the same trick again. That's fine. I have just remembered what ghost lives in this house. And I don't like that either. Wait, really? You can just come in here straight away? Fancy that. Genuinely, I thought this place was super locked until way later on. Good to know that's there. Hopefully don't need it. Hopefully not going to come across any more big, dumb, instant kill ghosts. But the possibility is there. I refer to the comments I made on the Xbox version. The Wii U read head does not like this room. It's going nuts down there. So this appears to be what is essentially the set. What do I expect from the Wii U? A dead controller. You thought about the Wii U? Tablet's dead. Oh, you can do that here? How about that? This is something that you can do in... There's a particular phrase I want you to note in this chat window here, everybody, and that is, there is no one concealed behind the cloth. Not nothing, no one. What were you expecting, Mio? That's not creepy at all. See, I never really had any problems with, like, this specific hardware of the Wii U. Like, I'd never overheated or anything like that. It never particularly crashed that I can recall. It's just that it had maybe one game that I liked. Two. It had Smash and Mario Kart. And both of those have been superseded by stuff on the Switch. So there you go. Right, let's go to this family altar room, which I think it's this way. Was that an item? That was an item! Let us collect. When are we gonna get Smashio Kart? I don't know. Unless you're referring to what I want to see them do with the Mario Kart series, which is to abandon Mario Kart and make it Nintendo Kart instead. You've added Link and Animal Crossing. Keep going. Oh, and the Inklings are in there as well. Keep it going. Add more characters from more franchises and more tracks from more franchises. Do Sonic All-Star Racing, but good.
Seems I don't have enough goodies. Touch the doll again to make it stop. So, this is one smooth insist. You're a bit too long.
Well, that's ominous. This is something an old show I used to watch referred to as the Nutty Room. I do love repeated phrase as a message, though. I think it's great. Okay, it was just the soundtrack. Speaking of, like, the Wii U read head, I step out of that room, and it fires up again, and I'm like, what are you loading? You're loading something. It was just the music. Oh, that's really good framing. Just head in a box. Yes. Hate it. In case the worst comes to the worst, I drew this diagram of how to repair the doll mechanism. There are 3 parts to the mechanism that Akane and that doll broke up and hid away. It was already able to find the head part. If you're able to find all the pieces and put them back together, the mechanism should start working again. What was that? That was the doll on the side. Okay, I was like, something was looming over my shoulder. No, it was just in the foreground. It's fine. The blank should have swallowed her, and yet I saw her, Azami. She was pleading with me, asking me to kill that doll I made, the one that looks like her. What I have done, it is unforgivable. It's all my fault. Azami was to be united with Akane, but I made that doll. Azami was trying to show me where the mechanism parts had been hidden. The head and arms, they're in boxes in the small rooms in this house. I tried going after Azami to see where she was leading me, but I could only find the head. The arms must be found as well, and quickly. You gonna do anything? No, you're just gonna have really creepy eyes. That's fine. That's fine. So, we have seen... I'm going the wrong direction. We have seen a couple of these... I don't think we've seen all of these small rooms about the house. So we can just go and collect the doll parts. And... I feel like this section has been truncated somewhat, but I can't tell you how. It's like I'm... If I wanted to, I could reload and get both of those, but I think I already did. So... everything's fine. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's go this way, because I know where one of the parts is. And I have shown it off. That's bad form. I should know better than running through a plot-heavy area. That's what I get. Come to think of it, let's take a look at the map. Yeah, no, this is the best way to get where I'm going. I didn't know if it would be a case of keep following that ghost and maybe you have a couple more chances to catch her doing stuff. Oh, that's right, that's right. For some reason, we can sense this ghost from quite a long way away. So we need to come into this. I don't like those sounds. Hear that whimpering? No, thank you. Now that my daughter Akane has become a remaining, I've decided to make her a doll that looks like her sister, Azami. Akane has been suffering so much since the ceremony. It's like she has no feelings at all. I'll have to make her a doll that is indistinguishable from a human, even when placed side by side. Akane never leaves Azami's side for a minute. She's even started talking to her. I don't know what she says, but I think she's getting some of her soul back. If it weren't for that ceremony, Azami would never have become a butterfly. Akane would never have lost her soul. Oh, that's a good shot. Peering in from out the storeroom. Love it. Very well done. Now, the next box, I want to say, is in the lobby. Because we've seen that one when we came in the first time, because I pointed out there's mechanical grinding in that room. And this is why. It's related to the doll, and there's a doll part in there. Or there should be a doll part in there, I think. Oh. Well, yeah, there you go. That's how we're supposed to get there. We go through there, and then... And then we go from there to that small storeroom. Ooh. I will take that. That will make up for what I used in that fight with the surveyor. Man, there are save points all over this house now. It's like, hey, what have we learned from focus testing? The Kiryu house needs more save points. Was there a... Yes, there was a thing. Now, I do believe this room right here is a little bit different. Yeah, it is. This is different compared to the original version of the game. Because in the original, if you took a picture of this model here, you got a ghost called the Shivering Woman. Whereas here, you can just collect something and find out that she's just a pile of doll parts. Who still calls out to you to stay with her. That's a pretty good shout, game. Is the ghost still over here? Yes, there is. I feel I should clarify this isn't necessarily indicative of me being knowledgeable about the game. I just played it recently. You guys were there, I hope. You saw it. I'm gonna do a bit of this. It will be interesting to see if that entire sequence is quicker than just saving to the hard drive on the Xbox, because I feel like that took a while. Like, it very specifically told you to 2 decimal places how hard it had saved. Because that's how long it took. Whereas this is just... Yeah, we just write that. That's fine. Can I get through this door now? I'll bet you I can't. Or I can. Huh. That's some pretty severe railroading you got going on there, game. I don't need to be replaced. Akane and I are together. Akane and I have become one. I wonder if that is a reference to that one psychological study, whose name I'm completely drawing a blank on, but it required participants to routinely repeat the phrase "Mommy and me are one," and it's real creepy. Kill it. Kill that doll. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's fine. I knew it! I knew it! As soon as they said, hey, you should look inside this big decorative box, I knew it was gonna be you! Okay. You coming? You gonna do the thing? Honestly, I'm with you. Dolls are kind of creepy. Are you... Okay, cool. You're not gonna do anything with that? I'm just gonna have defeated that ghost, and now I leave. Tiny child doesn't know what a platinum trophy is. And I kind of don't want to get her started down that road, because you'll never win. She likes Peppa Pig and Paw Patrol. And a show called Booba. Don't look at me. She picked it. Disregard what I just said. Click. What platinum trophies does your tiny child have? 'Cause... really, 5 of them. 3, excuse me. 5-year-old has 3 platinum trophies. Be even cooler if a 3-year-old had 5 of them. But, yeah. So was that just a trap? Okay, Paw Patrol games. That makes a lot of sense. And yes, the show is named Booba, spelt like that. And Booba is like a troll of some sort. And every episode is like, he goes to the supermarket and shenanigans ensue. Or he goes to an office and shenanigans ensue, and it's that kind of a show. I'm not keen. I'm lost is what I am. Let's see if I can go back to that doll and put the parts on it. Because we only saw 2 ghosts running away, and we have defeated 2 ghosts. So, I believe... Oh wait, no we're not, because this is going to be, yeah, the clock hallway, where we can go upstairs and find another box. Oh, hi! We're doing this again. You gonna fight me? I want to say that on harder difficulties, that would turn into a fight. Like an actual fight. I, do you know what, Empirical Woodland? I can believe there are 13 seasons of that show, and I don't care for it. And I get it. It's for kids. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I get that it's for kids, but it's one of those ones where everything is constantly making noise all the time, and don't be like that. Oh, is that what we're doing? Okay. Yesterday, I saw Azami walking by herself. At first I thought it was Akane, but I could hear her wooden footsteps ringing out. It seems Akane has somehow given life to Azami. But they say that dolls who come to life will end up stealing human souls. Akane is no longer human. Azami controls her. She's incapable of doing anything but repeat, "I don't want to kill her," over and over again. Azami may look like my daughter, but she is evil. She must be killed once again. If that stupid box ghost shows up again. That's fine. Oh, and then this should be maybe a camera shot, or maybe we're just looking over the balcony. Oh, I thought we were talking about, like, looking over the balcony was something to do with Jennifer Lawrence. Remember what I said about how aiming down isn't super great in this game? I mean it, and this kind of comes into play with that. Why did I not heal? I should have healed. Wake up, wake up, get up, get up, get up! Let's use 2 of those, how about? Let's see if we can make ourselves feel a bit better about ourselves by healing up. It's not like the game gives me a great deal of choice, it's just a writhing pile. What am I supposed to do? Ooh, that's a really good bit of soundtrack right there. Did you hear that? That was the scratching noise from the movie The Ring. Is that here? Is that now? Is that later? I don't know. There is, at some point, a hidden ghost, which is that woman as she has fallen over the balcony. And it's now! starting to think Empirical Woodland might just be a prude telling me to change my outfits and stop looking at the ghosts. You gotta look at the ghosts, Empirical Woodland. That's how you beat them. It's like that one Doctor Who monster. I forget what it's called. Yeah? Come on. That was pretty good. Actually, if it comes to Doctor Who, what I would say is go watch The Face of Evil. It's the best story. Or Time Lash is the worst story. That and maybe Love and Monsters. So this is... Oh! That counted as shining a light on that? That's good to know. I get the feeling I could just... I saw you. I get the feeling I could just come into a room and do a cool spin and just highlight all the items. That'd be dumb. Akane has broken the doll mechanism that opens the deep path and ran off with some of its parts. It must be repaired. That infernal Azami creation must be cast into the blank and her soul sent back to hell, and that path is the only way to access it. The joke there is that if you stop looking at the silence, you forget that they were ever there. And I forgot what monster it was. You see it. I think I'm funny. But yes, you do also defeat SCP-128, I mean the Weeping Angels, by maintaining eye contact. Do I mean 128? It's the one that the containment breach is about. If Alana Ray was here, he'd know. He played that game. He's pretty good at it. That is an unfeasibly evil looking mound. Look at that. Don't want to look at that. A doll can't be operated without its soul. For any other part, I can just make copies in the workshop, but two souls can never be made the same way. That soul is the key. I can't give it to her. I have to keep it with me at all times. And that's why they put a save point there! Because I'm fairly confident that what we have to do next is go through that door, fight Yoshitsu Kiryu, and then go do the doll puzzle.
Isn't held.
And because that's a particularly tricky fight, especially in this motion-controlled thing, they put a save point over there. Am I unfeasibly tall? No, I'm not. I, I kind of felt like Mio was really, really tall as she came into this room. Aww. Well, from what I recall, the Weeping Angels just have to be observed, because isn't there that one when they just have... they're in a room with a security camera on them, and the security camera counts as being observed? Because then the camera blinks, and the thing moves to face it. I feel like at the very least that should stun lock his summons, but I don't think it does. I think they're still just tinkering around the room. It's coming at me. Please don't do that. I don't know how it works if nobody is watching the cameras. I haven't given it a great deal of thought. I think I know just the person to ask, though. Someone I used to work with. And we got along so well that the boss actively had to split us apart. She's like, hey, these two have got really good chemistry. Can't be doing that. Must be our business all the time. I mean, presumably also the show creator. They would know. But oh, get out of here! Look at this guy spawning out of bounds where I can't focus on him. Don't mind me having to shake the Wii remote. It's not a very immersive experience, I have to say. Like we mentioned this before, stuff like that's best done with a single button prompt, as opposed to quickly shake the controller. No, thank you. Alright, where are you? Out of bounds again? That's fine. I'll say this, though. I do seem to be doing a bit of a better job of avoiding these ghosts with the motion controls. As opposed to... you've got to hit the camera flash at exactly the right time. Oh, you're gonna have a desperation mode, aren't you? I believe you are. Hey, no, I am a big fan of... Yes, you are! I am a big fan of, essentially rules lawyering people's law. Because that's part of world building. If you're writing a story, you need to get good at... Because people are going to ask questions like this. Well, what if we just... Can I put a mirror in front of a weeping angel And does that count? In which case, we just stun lock it. Can we put it in front of a picture of somebody looking at it? What if we look at it, but we do that thing like that one zoo where you can only observe the animals with glasses of eyes looking away? Does that work? Took a picture of a creepy looking doll. Thanks. And breathe. In order to return the doll to the blank, I must first snap its strings and render it immobile. Only then can it be thrown in. Azami knows I am trying to kill her. That's why she is controlling Akane, trying to get her to kill me. I will see the doll return to the blank, even if I have to look into it with my own eyes. I have to kill my daughter again. I have to tear a piece of Akane's heart out once more. If it weren't for that ceremony, I would never have had to do any of this. Open the doll's eyes and give the maidens their souls. When the two maidens face each other, the earth walkway will open. The twin dolls use a 12-notch mechanical clock. And then this is a slightly more specific version of how to solve the puzzle that we are about to do. And the puzzle that we're going to do later on. If you recall, in the original version of Fatal Frame 2, it talks about this button makes that doll move 3 hours ahead, and that one move 2 hours back, and this one goes ahead 2 hours and backwards by 3, and it was just kind of obtuse. That one is a little easier when it talks about notches forwards and backwards. Oh, points. So, what we can do now is go back to the doll room, put everything together, and go solve that puzzle. Do you know what? They have truncated this series a lot, because this... I'm sure in the original version we've had at least 2 more fights with the dolls by this point. Whereas here it's just... here's the one. Go have fun with that. Because originally we stepped into this corridor, and Mio was confronted with the 2... because she seemed to be completely baffled by the notion of twins, despite her being one herself. So, this is the same puzzle as we saw in the original version of the game. It has the same solution as we did in the previous game, I believe. And so it does. However, I will give props to the game for not having the big glowing evil aura around the world object, so we didn't immediately know the dolls were going to come to life and attack us. Actually, no, I'm going to stick on this. I'm not going to use 51 shots in the next 15 minutes. So, we're sticking with the good film right about now. And if I do, I can buy some more. I feel like if there is a tell to this fight, I don't know what it is. I just happened to get lucky with that one. Hopefully, it has now been elaborated upon, and like, this one is demonstrably the real one, because she's the one who's got the big glowy evil aura. Don't go for the other one. That's just... it's just a regular doll. Oh, actually it is, because look at that. The health bar changes color. So hopefully... yes. That actually makes this fight a lot easier. Like, please clearly indicate the ghost that I'm looking at is the actual ghost. Thank you. Not you. Not you. I wonder what the aggressive AI was supposed to be in that particular section, because that was essentially just the same ghost twice right about there. Well, we've opened up the secret walkway, so let's go take it.
If I go through here, I should be able to get into the house where Mayu's being kept.
People paying attention may notice that the game has just repeated the same dialogue 3 times in a row. I noticed it, and I can't not notice it.
You plan to abandon me once more. You plan to abandon me once more.
I'll say this for the Fatal Frame series, they are really good at giving ghosts, like, just key phrases. So you got that one ghost that just said, I heard a voice, there's no one here. You've got one that just cries out, my arms. This one is apparently been changed up in that cutscene. But are you leaving me again? That's a pretty good one. Yeah, I think I'll save my game, because I think that's going to be it for me today. Because we're coming up on 3 hours, and I don't believe we're going to get any particular way through Chapter 7, so I'm going to call it. And we should be able to finish it game next time, because we have got, I think, 2 chapters and a boss fight. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save the game properly, not just, like, mid-chapter save. And then we're going to go find someone to raid, so I can come back next time and do a terrified, panicky run through this here house. Yes, only 2 chapters left, but also they go on a bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do that, swap controllers over in my hands so I can do that, so no one's going to notice the game wildly flail around when I set down the Wii remote. So, thank you very much for coming along, everybody. I do appreciate all of you. I appreciate the discussion on how best to bamboozle the Weeping Angels. We'll have to think about that. Whomst are we going to raid? Do we have any suggestions on that? And while we're doing that, I'm going to say it is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Wednesday, Thursday. Pokemon's on Friday. I don't believe there's going to be another impromptu stream on Sunday. That was just something I randomly decided to do. So, not this time. Well, I'm glad you're a fan. Click. Yeah, in fairness, I didn't advertise or even mention Mario Kart. It's just a case of, oh, Quick Draw is streaming now? Well, let's go join him. Let's display that. Skelly? Alright, let's go say hello to Skelly. Nope, that's their entire Twitch address. Andy, you know better than that. There we go. Raid Skelly Skeletons. Do you know what? I've already done my come back for the next stream bit, which is what I usually do while the raid counter is counting down. Oh well. So yes, join us next time for that stuff I just said. And until next time, goodbye. Click, I absolutely will. Don't you worry about it. Bye everyone.